Vreselijk dat hij dood is. Iemand zal na de oorlog de leiding moeten nemen in dit land. Oorlogscriminelen en collaborateurs moeten worden opgespoord en veroordeeld. En er moet een veiligheidsdienst komen. In verband met toekomstige aanvallen.
Van de Duitsers?
Van de communisten. Die zijn het gevaar nu.
They wish to cure us, but I say to you, we are the cure!
He says, now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
They want me to spy on the Chancellor. That's treason. We are at war, Anakin.
It took scientists to be the high priests of our new world. Science itself has gotten corrupted.
And yet, when we needed it, the system has now failed us. And it has failed us comprehensively.
I will not betray the Republic.
Is here. We are being held hostage. They are watching us.
If you have warriors, now is the time.
And we have an army.
The governor and the mayor are not going to take care of this problem. People will. People will uprise over it.
Live pictures that we're getting in.
Hey, can you hear me okay, Shrimp?
Yeah, something weird was happening with it. But we got
no mask today?
What'd you say? Yeah, I'm not
no
gonna
mask
do the mask
today?
anymore, I guess. Or I'll probably do it on my channel. I don't know. We'll see what
Okay,
happens.
word. Yeah, but to make sure there's no echo. Okay, I think it sounds okay. Yeah. But thanks for coming on the table again, Mr. ShrimpZoo. And I got a lot I want to discuss with you for sure today. And
yeah, I'm just setting my camera up.
yeah, no worries, man.
Let me turn my fan off too.
Okay, for sure. Take your time, bro. So.
Okay.
I can barely recognize you, man, without your mask on.
Yeah, this is what I look like for everybody.
Yeah.
No mask.
Yeah, ShrimpZoo unveiled for everybody.
I mean, everybody, I don't have anybody to protect anymore that's like a nurse or a doctor or anyone, so.
Why is that, Mr. ShrimpZoo?
Well, my wife left me, and she was in the imaging department and the radiology department. She was like the #1 COVID tester in Western New York. And then my sister works for a vaccine company, and she was really pissed at some of my videos talking about the vaccine and stuff. And so I had to delete some videos because her and all her friends, her one friend is like the vice president of Roswell in Buffalo, and that's where they do all the testing, and he thinks COVID is fake. And he was like saying he hoped like all Republicans and Jews and stuff died. And so I said that on the video, and everybody was mad at me. So like I've lost a lot just saying the things because I don't know. I'm ShrimpZoo, I'm nobody, but I just happen to know like the administrators at a few hospitals, and like my mom worked at 3M, and some of them said they want all the Jews in the world to die, and like they think COVID is fake, but that's like the millionaires running stuff here, and I'm just nobody sitting here in the outskirts of Buffalo, and I lost it all reporting on it. Not at all, but everybody's
So
pissed about the channel. But
Yeah,
the channel has nothing to do with my wife.
Okay. And yeah, please only talk about what you're comfortable with, of course.
I'll talk about anything. I'm
Yeah.
comfortable with anything, so
Okay.
I don't care.
Cool. Well, let me write these threads down so I don't forget, because that'll happen too.
Yeah,
And I
we
do
can
have
talk.
some
I'm open to
notes.
talking about anything, really.
Okay.
So,
Sweet, man. Sweet.
yeah.
So you were just, people got, like, your subscribers got mad at you because you were quoting someone else. It sounds like the friend of your sister and then your mom's coworkers who were making anti-Semitic comments.
I don't know if subscribers were mad at me. I don't know I don't know. I have no idea about the people that watch my video. It seems to be about 25% of the people that watch my videos just cannot stand me and thumbs down, and then 75% are like shrimp fans, pretty hardcore. And I have a lot of fans that send me emails all the time, every day. I probably get 100 emails a week from people. Some people say I saved their grandparents and their parents' lives because I was talking about COVID at the end of December and January, saying it was something that wasn't just Wuhan. They're saying, I get emails from people saying half the people died in the nursing home. They saw my videos. They bought masks before they were sold out, got their parents out of these nursing homes where everyone died. I don't know. So
Wow.
I feel like I did something.
That's
I don't
amazing,
know how serious
man.
COVID is, but
I mean, for old people, I think it definitely is. Well, certain old people, because one of my coworkers, actually earlier this week, he was saying that one of his coworkers at another job was an old guy who I guess was like a basically lifelong construction worker, and I think he was 70s, and he got hospitalized for, I want to say, a month, but he beat it. So that's good. But that's awesome, man. I didn't know you were that early on the bus, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to brag, but Dr. Cottrell, he was like really it's kind of weird. He's one of the first people, and I went on YouTube. He's like one of the, he doesn't really not get enough credit. I don't know. A lot of people dismiss him, but like,
yeah, I agree.
Even
my subscribers,
YouTube, and
man.
then it was like my ex was testing all these people with viral pneumonia in Buffalo, coming straight from Wuhan, China, students from UB, and then like the Facebook page for the fire department that took them into my wife's hospital where she tested them was deleted by the Erie County Health Department. And I'm sitting here reporting on this in January. People are calling me crazy. I don't, it's whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to add on what you said about Dr. Cottrell, even a couple of my subscribers too, like they don't like it. Like, it's a definitely minority, but they don't like it when I refer to him as Dr. Cottrell, because I guess I don't know, because he's not a medical doctor, it bothers them. But I mean, technically anybody with a PhD is a doctor.
Well,
so.
Bill Cosby's a doctor, right?
Is he really?
Yeah, I believe so, right? There's a lot of
celebrities
who just are doctors. But yeah, it doesn't, whether he's a medical doctor, it doesn't really matter. He was saying that COVID is something more than just a flu. It's more than just like some seasonal flu, that there's going to be changes coming. It really doesn't matter who he is or anything about him. He predicted a pandemic when people were saying it was nothing and nothing would change. He put CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, CNN. He put them all to shame. He's on YouTube still looking crazy though, because he's not getting credit. Nobody that warned about it is. People are watching Dr. Mike, who said you might be getting it from bats, that wasn't spreading from people, that was spreading from bats to all these people. And Dr. Mike, because he's so cute and handsome, he's interviewing Fauci on YouTube.
I don't know. I actually don't know who Dr. Mike is. How many subscribers?
He's like a male model that happens to be like a Russian American doctor that's like poster boy COVID YouTube guy that knows nothing about COVID, but like he's the face of it on YouTube.
And how many subs does he have, ShrimpZoo? Do you know?
Oh, probably millions.
Oh wow, yeah, it's crazy. I've never heard of him. I might have seen him, like his face on the homepage before, but I know there's.
He's like if Dr. John Campbell didn't know anything about COVID but was more attractive. That's basically his channel, and he reviews like House MD and stuff. He reviews he does that. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, maybe I won't have to check him out, but I'll definitely look him up and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
But what if you wanted to just speak on your I guess your ex situation, if you'd be comfortable with it, just in terms of maybe some lessons that young guys could glean, because you're definitely older than me, ShrimpZoo, and I mean I've never been married, so I don't have experience with that, but I'm sure there's some young fellows out there that would appreciate any wisdom you can impart based off your experience.
I mean, maybe I can. Moshi cheated on me, and I stayed with her, so I mean, I shouldn't have. And I don't know, I got cheated on a lot, and then I didn't really found out about it till after we had kids, and so I stayed because of kids. I mean, just I guess if there's one piece of advice, like, don't be treated like trash and don't stay with a cheater. Is like the biggest thing, because they're never a cheater. They're always going to cheat on you. That's like the end of the relationship. It's going to be hard to move past that, I think.
And when did that start about? And if you could just give a span of how long you guys were together?
Well, if you want to do like Dr. Phil on ShrimpZoo on your channel, man.
I don't want to make you uncomfortable, ShrimpZoo. I'm seriously curious.
I mean, dude, we're gonna go down a really weird place if you want to do that. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm ready, bro. If you are, it's up to you, man. You're in the driving seat as far as I'm concerned.
We'll get into it, I guess.
Okay.
She cheated on me like mad times. We've been together like 15 years, and she cheated on me with like all her exes and stuff by like secretively, so I never really found out. And a lot of the people I got cheated on were drug dealers and stuff. Like, I don't know, I guess she had a thing for bad boys or something. Many of them are drug dealers. Well, all of them were, I guess. We live in the Northeast. It's greedy as hell. I grew up in the ghetto. A lot of people say, why do you talk like that? Why do you act like that? This is who I am, man. I don't know my dad. My mom's dead. I came from nothing. So that's just what it is. That's why I talk like that. I don't rap. People say I do on my channel. I don't know. I mean, I come from the hood. That's just who I am. Now I'm trading stocks on the stock market. But she cheated on me mad times with drug dealers, and I'm not really going to get into that for legality reasons, because let's just say ShrimpZoo came out on top from some situations involving drug dealers. I can't really talk about that because I'm not going to.
For sure. Yeah. Well, that's good to hear you won that, whatever that is. And glad to hear that.
Use their imaginations, just it wasn't good. So then that all happened. We had kids, and then she still cheated, drug dealer still. And we're not. I don't know. She's just cheating on me with like shit bags, like lowlifes for some reason. And then I don't know. My mom died. This all happened. I saw everything happen. I took everything I had. I bought gold and Amazon stock, and then I'm doing really good. So, and I'm not going to be ashamed about that either, because I grew up, every house around me was a crack house. I lived in crack houses. I'm not going to be ashamed of it.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. That you I mean, it seems like you've already moved on.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know. It just that just happened too, and then I made that video.
When did that, I guess, the cutoff begin, or are you just like, I'm done?
She left like maybe, I don't know, maybe like a month or so.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to hear about your mom, man. I'm definitely not looking forward to the day that happens to me. What that was at the beginning of the year?
That was pretty, and I don't know. I don't want to talk about my mom. I don't.
Yeah, okay, for sure.
I'll talk about like other embarrassing stuff. My mom didn't die of COVID though. People wonder. She died of cancer.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Gotcha.
So my life is crazy.
Yeah, it seems like it, man. And again, my condolences go out to you. And it seems like you're already bouncing back from the split up for sure, and you moved on, so to speak, which is great because I think a lot of guys, and I would say probably most guys, would not be able to do that. And I think that's probably a testament to where you came from in terms of the hood and just having to deal with BS every day.
If this was 5 years ago, I'd probably be like crying or something, but it's happened too many times. So whatever.
Okay.
I'm not like, that's why I'm not like so sad. Why I was just like, screw it. My life is like super messed up, but like at the same time, like my life is so messed up. I was able to like see the world changing, and I took advantage of it really well. And even though my mom died and my wife left me, and half my family that's working on the vaccine for this or in the hospital hates that I made videos about it and won't talk about it anymore, I was able to come up through all that and make a shitload of money, honestly, to be honest. So I feel good about it.
That's awesome, man. Is that from your did you just started the sanitizer, right?
Well, I did. I started ArizonaHandSanitizer.com. That's like me and my sister are doing that. But the real thing is, like, I just took a little bit of money and put it in Amazon in gold, and that skyrocketed. And I just day traded all of that. And I show it on my channel. I show in some videos, like I show me day trading where it's like, dude, you could buy this one stock and make like 20 grand a day. Like, it's crazy. You can bet against the market and make a ton of money. I'm not like doing stock videos and stuff, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'll definitely link those videos in the description, and your hand sanitizer too, business with your sister. And you just started that, right?
Yeah, we just started because like you would think that I would like maybe have had it months ago, but to buy like a 50-gallon thing of alcohol, it took like 4 months to get here. It took forever.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I started it like, I probably started trying to think about selling hand sanitizer and having a website with my sister probably since like January or February, and it took all the way till now to get all of the bottles. Like, you can't buy plastic bottles anymore, and like things are getting really hard to buy and take forever to get. So I think the supply chain is pretty weak right now.
Yeah, man. And I do not trust. I'm never going to use USPS again, man. I can't even get a hold of my own stuff. Yeah, I'm missing a TV right now.
Oh yeah.
And I'm missing my green screen too. That I was lazy, man. Last week when I was leaving Oregon, I just went to the closest post office instead of walking further to go to FedEx, which I should have done. They said it was going to arrive by Monday. It's Friday now, and it's not here. So, obviously it's lost again.
So I I'm ordering a lot of stuff on Amazon, and I'm not sure the percentage, but definitely a lot of stuff gets stolen, like, or lost or whatever. I'm assuming probably somebody's like taking it, but yeah, I'm experiencing similar things. Like, a higher percentage than normal of mail is lost or wherever it's going.
Yeah, getting swallowed by the sea or something. I'm also missing a very expensive camera lens, so I'm missing like probably $500 worth of stuff right now, which is pretty shitty. Yeah, it's shitty. So I'm never using USPS ever again, and I would highly recommend that no one else do that. been using FedEx recently for stuff I've been selling on eBay, and I've had no problems
nice.
so far with that. And
you're an eBay seller?
Well, I've just been selling electronics, man, because
nice.
I'm trying to focus all my energy into my YouTube stuff, and I also haven't worked in a long time, man. Like I haven't worked since well, I just started working again, like doing regular 9 to 5 type stuff this week. You right there, Shrimp?
Yeah, it just went out for a second.
Okay, yeah. So
COVID internet.
FBI has joined the chat.
But the internet is definitely slower because after coronavirus, everybody's online now. Yeah,
man, it's really it's unfortunate. Even well, fortunately, my brother's in it is definitely a bump up from the Airbnb I was at. The Airbnb I was at was literally 1 megabit per second download speed, not upload. Download is pretty ridiculous. So I'm trying to get fiber optic as soon as I can, but I just have to figure out my long-term plans before that. So, but yeah, just to get back to your question, I was just selling some, basically expensive electronics I had. So, I don't have to go back to 9 to 5 stuff as long as possible. I can just put as much time as I can into my YouTube channel right now. And I just got demonetized. I think I told you that last week. So that really hasn't helped things either. But it's not like I was making like a ton of money off of my channel, but I was making some. So that's somewhat disappointing for sure. But I can reapply at the end of the month. Well, where are you at for your monetization? Have you gotten any strikes or anything?
So I think a lot of people that are viewers, they don't really understand it. I'll basically explain it, I guess. I don't know what you qualify me as a small YouTube channel, right? I don't know.
I don't know. It depends how people qualify. Yeah, small or big. I mean, you're definitely way bigger than I am.
I'm not like PewDiePie, yeah, but I don't know. We're both small channels, right? So you get a few thousand views on a video. Even if the video is monetized and has like 1 million ads, you get like 5 cents. It's not. You have to make like 100 videos, and they have to have hundreds of thousands of views for you to get like a few $100s a month, and that. It's going to be more time than a full-time job doing all of that, like making those videos and buying all the equipment. You need to be having like 1 million subs and million view videos to basically not be in poverty on YouTube. A lot of people see an ad and they're like, "Oh, he's ripping me off. There's an ad. I can't watch this." How much have I made in like 10 years on YouTube on the ShrimpZoo channel? Like $600 or $700 at most, maybe, like a ridiculously small amount. So
yeah, and that's something I didn't realize either, because they changed that, didn't they? Because I mean, you used to be able to support yourself just off views, right?
I never got to a point where I was doing it just for money or anything, and I've had other channels and stuff. My wife had channels, my kids did. It's pretty hard to make money on it unless you have like millions of views. Even back then, you still needed it.
Oh wow, okay. So I was wrong about that, because I do know I think they changed some of the rules a couple years ago.
It's more strict now, for sure.
Yeah,
I'm still I can still monetize videos, and I'll click the button, but it doesn't matter because I can't monetize any video. Every single video I make gets copyright claimed by somebody, usually some Spanish company for whatever reason, usually Brazil or Mexico for some reason, or Time Warner or Verizon. Nearly every one of my videos now, somebody is putting advertisements on it. So all my videos, they probably have ads on it, but Time Warner or somebody in Brazil or whatever is making money off every one of my videos and getting my views, getting the money from the ads. I haven't had a video that I've monetized that I get money from in like a month and a half at least.
Wow.
I basically can't make money on YouTube, not from them paying me for ads.
Yeah.
Every video is taken by somebody else. And like I feel like my videos are pretty unique and they're my own pieces of work. So, but somebody claims every video.
Yeah, it's pretty unfortunate. I mean, you need Patreon and those other types of donation or subscribe services if you want to make it. And I would love to get to the point where I'm making a couple hundred a month because
yeah, you definitely could.
Yeah,
I have Patreon subscribers out there. I have no idea what it is right now, but I mean, I appreciate it because some of my videos take so long. Like,
oh yeah, it's really time consuming.
I'm not making these videos for money. That would be ridiculous for me to spend
yeah, right,
for like 90 cents or just
Yeah.
spend 6 hours for somebody else to claim it. But
right, yeah, and I think
you can turn it into a business though. Still, I mean, I can trash YouTube, but I mean, my videos are still on there. I can't make money on them on YouTube, but at least they're on there, I guess.
Right. Yeah, and I think like you said, it's a misconception that a lot of viewers have is that you can support yourself just on views, and it's certainly a misconception I had too, until I started, making my own monetized videos. And I remember I was so happy when I first got monetized, but then I was like looking at my earnings. I was like, dude, I made like 50 cents for like the whole time that I've been doing this, so that and the thing too is about Patreon and this guy that I've been chatting with, Ryan Dawson, they actually kicked him off Patreon. So that's not guaranteed. So
oh yeah, you can get kicked off there too. So
yeah, it's crazy how powerful these people are, man. It's just insane.
It's too politically correct. Like me and you, I'm sure, do not agree on everything at all, but we're just sitting here talking. It's like you can't do that anymore. If you disagree with somebody, you kick them off Facebook or YouTube. It's ridiculous. I like the good old days when you can talk about aliens and conspiracies and you don't have to believe in it. You just watch it for fun. But now it's like it's too much. Everything is banned now.
Yeah. And I just saw on Twitter a bunch of, I think it was mostly academics. They all did like a petition, but it was anonymous because they were all scared of basically the retribution from their their universities, their employers, and basically calling for more open forum and open discussion among not only academics but just in general.
That's why it's so hard to cover COVID, because like if you take a look at my channel, obviously you might think that I think it's serious, but then I'm seeing doctors on YouTube who are like in Bakersfield and they're like, well, nobody's died of it. We've tested like 6,000 or 7,000 people and it's all mild and barely anyone had. And then so I see that, and then YouTube deletes every video with them in it and bans them from like every Google platform. And then so it makes you wonder. I don't know. You really can't tell. And I feel like I'm covering COVID good, but if you ban one side of the conversation, it's really sketchy and you really can't tell what's going on. It's not real science if you shut one side down completely. That's why America can't really solve COVID.
Yeah.
We're like the only country in the world like this, really, now.
Yeah, I mean, like countries like Japan and South Korea are just laughing at us. Like we just look like retards to them.
I mean,
Mexico is banning.
We want to build a wall to block Mexico, but Mexico now banned us from going there. We can't go to Canada. We can't go to EU. Like China's going to France, but France is saying we're unwelcome there. Sicily's turning back private jets of like billionaire Americans, sending them back to Beverly Hills. Like, dude, we're unwelcome in the entire world. We're the new North Korea. Nobody wants us. So,
it's hilariously ironic, isn't it? Like, especially the Mexico thing, right? It's just like,
and like, so I'm in New York. If you leave New York and you come back, you have to self-isolate, self-quarantine for 14 days. So it's like, I mean, we're stuck. I can't go anywhere. I can't go to Canada. I can't go to Mexico. I can't leave New York. You leave, you have to go, when you leave, you come back, you have to stay at home for 2 weeks. It's not looking good, in my opinion. I think we're going to go back into the lockdowns pretty soon too by fall.
hope you're wrong, man.
Me too. I do too. I mean, I hope my videos are all wrong one day.
Yeah.
But
yeah, right. And I made that prediction too, and I went on like a rant. One of the first videos I posted that wasn't like an interview type video. I was just kind of ranting about that whole situation, and it's just unfortunate that things have to be like this in that sense. But I just don't think tanking the world economy is worth.
Oh yeah, no.
I mean, that might sound callous to people with grandparents. I mean, but like my grandpa, if he gets this, he's probably going to die. And I don't want to. I hope not. I hope he doesn't get it. And if he does,
we can't risk like the entire European economy because of your grandpa. Is the problem?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's the world economy, really, because the U.S. economy is the leader, and
yeah, I agree. I agree with the whole scenario that the world economy and the American economy is more important than the virus that appears. I think everybody can logically appear that, give or take, it's around 1%, maybe 2% death rate, unless it's in like India or Iran or something. Or maybe Italy, maybe something crazy happened like Italy in the Mediterranean through. But I think everyone can agree that it's probably 1% death rate, and that's probably not worth sinking the entire world economy.
No. And, I guess like millions of people are going to starve now, which is, it's like, okay, maybe 100,000. I don't even know how many deaths we're at. We at 150,000 yet? Or I'm not really sure, but
yeah, I've lost count. But like, we can't solve the other things like that locust plague. It started basically the same time as COVID. What is a quarter of the world going to be like in a locust plague now with COVID? There's like hurricane season, fires, the Amazon like burned a quarter of the way down last year. Like, there's a lot of things that are. COVID is like, it is. I agree that it's so minuscule. It's kind of crazy how minuscule of a problem COVID is, but it's handicapped us from dealing with anything else.
Yeah, and at first I was, completely on board with basically, the whole lockdown scenario because, I think like everybody else, I was scared to a certain degree for sure. I'll admit that, but now that we've had a lot more information come in, and we're months now, right? We're almost half a year or about since this whole thing started. It's just I've done like a 180 almost, to the point where it's like we just got to get back to work, and I think even more important than that is why COVID is being used as a I think why it's being used principally by the Democrats to make Trump look bad. Yeah.
I mean, I think you told me that you voted Democrat, and I don't know if people are aware, but before this, I might have voted for Bernie, and I've said in my videos that, I mean, I've made fun of Trump pretty hard. He looks like the best option, I guess. But like, yeah, I don't know. Democrats are using it as a political tool for sure, and I don't think most Democrats won't agree to that. Republicans can see it, and it annoys them. The whole mask thing, it's all been politicized in America, but it hasn't been politicized anywhere else. Like, nobody's debating it in Japan or China.
They didn't even shut down their economy. And that's the thing too. Exactly. I've lived in Japan, and they just wear masks. And it's not like everyone does, but I would say a plurality of the population wears masks on any given day, and especially during flu season. And they didn't shut down their economy, and they're freaking oilless, man. They're virtually oilless, a thirsty country, and they're doing just fine. It's like,
yeah, I mean, we have to come to that crossroads and make a choice. Do we force people to wear a mask, or do we continue as we are? And it's not a good path. But I mean, also look at it. Do we force people to wear masks? And it's almost kind of like a Sharia law type thing. Obviously, I'm for masks. If I go to the grocery store, I'm wearing it. I am not wearing a mask to like hike on a trailer outside or to my friend's house or whatever thing like that. I'm wearing it to the grocery store. That's basically it.
Yeah.
Do we force them to wear masks? That's almost like Sharia law in a way. It's kind of weird. I get it, but I don't really. I don't have a position on do we force people to wear a mask or not, because I'm not really sure. Maybe we should, because enough people aren't wearing them, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, look, Japan doesn't force people to wear them, but a plurality of them do, and I would say most of them, a majority does now.
They get prescriptions in Asia for the mask for free. In America, the Surgeon General and Fauci and the WHO told everybody not to wear a mask. Everybody in the government said not to wear a mask, and MSNBC was saying how Americans would never be able to wear a mask because we wouldn't know how to put them on right, and we'd be touching our face and fiddling with them. And now they're wondering why Trump supporters don't wear a mask. Well, the reason is because the Democrats, for nearly half a year, went on an insane campaign trail saying that masks don't work. And they now make fun of Trump supporters for believing them in the first place. And they can't seem to get it why people wouldn't wear a mask. It's so bizarre to me what's happening here.
They literally always shoot themselves in the foot. And I don't want to, and I'm not saying the Republicans are, it's both shite. I posted this meme on Instagram. I don't know if you have an Instagram, ShrimpZoo, but it's like one of those garbage cans that has two holes. And this dude reaches through, and it's like he can reach through, and there's like no separation between the garbage and the recycling. It's like this is the the Republican and the Democratic parties in the United States. I'm not saying the Republicans are good, but the Democrats, they just
So I don't know if I'm a Democrat. I guess maybe I used to be. Democrats are wild right now, man. They're just like Nancy. We're supposed to believe that Nancy Pelosi is better than Donald Trump. It's ridiculous.
She's a witch, dude.
It's just like they're not like, if the Democrats, their playbook really should have been to like have Bernie Sanders or somebody like, but they're going with the same people, Nancy Pelosi and Joe Biden, who can't stay awake for an interview. And like his wife has to finish the interviews, or he talks about touching little boys' leg hair to see what they feel like. And this is the guy that's going to lead us. That's why I'm not a mega fan, but I guess he's better.
Oh yeah, no, I have no doubt in my mind now. And just speaking on Pelosi, dude, she's worth like $100-some million.
Oh yeah, but she's the people's person.
Yeah.
I know, it's ridiculous.
She's a woman. She has a vagina, so it's like in 2020, it's like you just get like how many brownie points for that?
Well,
and
yeah,
I don't care if people get offended by that.
She goes to like Congress wearing like Gucci scarves and stuff.
Yeah, it's
ridiculous. She's not even
disgusting.
taking COVID serious, but yelling at the mega supporters. You're wearing like Versace and Gucci scarves and like pretending like that's really going to protect you against COVID. It's just
And then I don't know if you saw this too, is when she went to Chinatown in LA to like prove she wasn't racist against the Chinese. Like, first off, those are Chinese Americans, It's theater, it's like dramatic theater. Sure. And I was watching this, talking more about Trump, man. I watched this interview with this ex-CIA guy. His name's Robert Steele. And in his opinion, Trump has the country on his back. And I've never heard anybody say that before, but I was thinking about it. I was like, because I was talking to this other dude, George Webb, and he is saying that Trump doesn't have intelligence that he can trust right now because the FBI is corrupt, the CIA is corrupt, Senate and the House are both corrupt, and they got this cabal that is just, they all want him out of office.
It's really weird, man. It's like some type of Russian scenario. I've never seen anything like it in America.
Yeah, it's like Shakespeare, dude. It's like Hamlet. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you have sects of the government fighting each other on Twitter in the open. He's openly against the FBI, and like it's pretty bizarre. It's definitely where you can see one branch Republican, one branch might be Democrat, one branch might be neutral. It's the armed forces and all of that, the NSA, the DEA, FBI, all of that, it's very divided, and it definitely divides America.
Yeah, and I think he has an argument there that Trump has the country on his back, because just looking at the evidence, and because I believe wholeheartedly that the intelligence community has been corrupted by, I don't know if it's Freemasons or Zionists.
Oh,
I mean,
really?
certainly Zionists have a huge influence over U.S. politics, and I have subscribers that are huge Israel supporters. So I hope they don't take this the wrong way, because Zionists don't represent Jewish people, right? They're supremacists, right? They're
I
Jewish.
think a lot of Zionists, I guess in America, they might be evangelical white Christians that would hold Zionist beliefs, because that would further their end of time scenario.
Yeah, they're religious.
I don't really have a problem with Zionism, because to me, I don't see it as a big enough threat. I do see them as pretty powerful lobbyists, though. I have no idea what they're really doing behind there.
Well, it's like a simple question is, why do we give this little country in the Middle East billions of dollars every year?
Yeah, I know. Because
simple question.
It kind of like, why are relations with Iran so bad when Iran?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Iran. What are we in the Middle East anyway?
Most people don't realize that the world's leading place to get like a sex change is Iran. The most open place to be gay or transsexual or get sex changes in the entire Middle East is Iran. They lead the world in that type of stuff. Iran, they wear suits and jeans, and they wear Gucci, and they wear Supreme t-shirts, and they wear Levi's jeans and Nike shoes. They watch Western movies.
I didn't know that.
They're not like, they're the non-Orthodox version of Islam. Iran is the reformed version of Islam. People are saying, when's it going to reform? Well, it did. You're looking at it. It's Iran. None of these suicide bombers are from Iran. Name one. They don't exist. There's never been an Iranian suicide bomber, but we're tricked into believing Iran is evil and Saudi Arabia is good. Every single one of the suicide bombers is always from Pakistan or Saudi Arabia.
Yeah,
they're always Sunni Wahhabis being spread through oil money from Saudi Arabia, and like terrorist ideology is spread from their kings and their leaders throughout the world to further their agenda. And Iran sitting there, never once is there an Iranian suicide bomber in America or anything like that. They're not blowing up gay bars in Miami, but they're our number one enemy.
Yeah, for whatever reason. I mean, I definitely don't think they're our number one enemy in reality, but they're made to be, Oh
yeah, with the killing of General Soleimani. To me, I know nobody's going to agree with this, but to me, that I would consider myself a scholar of Islam. I study it a lot. That was like a huge mistake in my opinion. He's like he's like now a martyr in Shia Islam, and he really had nothing to do really with terrorism, really.
Yeah, I don't know enough about that situation to comment on it. I was in Italy when that happened, though, and I remember just everyone was quite concerned about World War III popping off. But
I think it was a mistake because it inflamed tensions for no reason. But I'd rather us go against ISIS. Like ISIS in the news the other day, the largest drug bust in the history of mankind happened in, I believe it was in Italy. They found like 4 billion tons or something of pills. This adrenaline pill that ISIS uses. So ISIS is definitely coming back through this.
Yeah, and that was crazy too when I heard at the beginning of the year when I heard that they were taking a break from terrorism because they didn't want to get sick. I was like, dang, even they're taking it seriously. That was something, an eye opener for sure. But just going back to Israel, they actually have trained, and they did train our police forces in the United States. That's where that neck choke was learned. It was from Israelis. And they trained the Mexicans how to dissolve bodies in acid to get rid of them, which is pretty crazy. But and this dude Robert Steele that I was mentioning earlier, he was saying that they taught our police forces to treat us like Palestinians. We're just shit. We're just scum to police forces. And I mean, looking at the reality of the situation, that's exactly what it seems like. You know, I get no respect
I can
from.
see that.
I don't think many people get respect from any police forces. I mean, I for one am never calling 911 ever again. And
Oh yeah,
I
for sure.
feel,
Don't unless unless you have to. But I mean,
I can't think of a situation I would call them. I seriously can't.
I don't want to defund the police because to me that's anarchy. The police, like, they're obviously stopping some rapists and criminals and stuff. I don't want the streets to be insane, but I don't like the police. I'm not calling them. I can't stand the police. There's obviously good police out there. I know there is. Like, I have police that watch my channel, so they like it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust any of them. I can't trust any of them. It's a principle of mine.
Yeah, I don't.
It's just foolish to do so, you know. And
I mean, like, if you're friends with somebody in the mafia, they're probably gonna be really nice to you, and you're gonna think they're a good person.
Yeah, right. And I don't know if
the Nazis weren't treating each other like crap. If your uncle was a Nazi, he was gonna be nice to you. Nice to your family and
it's just a shitty argument, dude. It's like, yeah, there's some good police, but there are also some good Nazis. You know, that's not an excuse for being part of a criminal organization. It's just a bullshit argument. And I don't know if you saw. Actually, I don't know how many replies you did to somebody in our last chat. You said something. I think she was complaining about the fact that she has been harassed by the police once, and she's white and she doesn't have hatred toward them. But I mean, I just replied to her. I was like, look, like, most of these people enjoy violence. That's why they signed up to be police. And this argument of, oh man, they face danger every day. Nobody is forcing them to take that job.
They're signing up. You want to sign up
exactly.
And get
it's
paid
completely
really well.
voluntary. You don't have to fucking do that if you don't want to. You know, this isn't Israel or Russia or China. You know, this is the United States of America. And if you want to change jobs, that is very easy to do, especially if you work for the state, dude. Like, it's not that hard. Like, there's a new class that is formed. It's the government class.
It's like people like pity and like praise the police, but they're not having that admiration for the IRS or their mailman. There's no, like, mailman lives matter or like IRS lives matter. People are obsessed with the police and think they can't do any wrong.
Yeah. The people who blindly defend them, I'm like, and that's the thing too, is I responded to that girl and she's like, bye, Addy. I was like, okay, I liked the comment. I was like, goodbye. Like, I don't really give a fuck if you unsubscribe from me because of that. Like, if you're blindly defending the police, as far as I'm concerned, you know, I have no problem if you don't pay attention to me.
I mean, I would love to have a bunch of cop friends, just all cop friends. Because I know they're so corrupt that they would get me out of anything and help me and be like, let's not joke around. I don't hate.
I agree with you, man. It's like having gangsters as friends. Like, that would be extremely useful.
Yeah, I wouldn't be ignorant and just like, oh, I hate you because you wear a police uniform. We can be friends because I know that you're gonna get me out of any speeding tickets and you have power and you use it to your advantage and like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I have a friend who his dad is a police officer, kind of down south in the southeast, and he told me, and his dad's white, he told me he and his coworkers, they say the N-word with the hard R on a regular basis.
Oh yeah,
and I was like, dude, that's fucking disgusting. Like,
I mean, just not everybody has ran into that. Like, okay, if you're a woman and you look attractive.
You're never gonna get harassed. Exactly. Probably, if you're a white woman in general, even if you're an ugly white woman, like you're fine.
If Black or Hispanic or Chinese woman, the odds probably are in your favor too. It won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now if you're a dude who's not in a suit and you're not in the nicest car, then you might get messed with. I don't know.
You're almost guaranteed to get harassed, and I would say regardless of race. And I think we talked about this before, ShrimpZoo. Sure. If you're a male and you're not elite, you're going to get harassed by police at some point in your life if you live in the United States. And that's just a fact. And, you know, when I am in a position to later on, when I'm teaching again, I'm going to tell my students this. I'm going to be like, yo, fellas, you are going to get harassed by police at some point in your life. Some of you will get interrogated for something you didn't do, more than likely as well. And you have to be ready for that when that day comes, because nobody told me that growing up, you know.
Yeah, I teach my kids that. that the police can mess with you, that they have guns, that they're armed, that you really shouldn't respect them. You should fear them.
Respect is not fear, you know. And I was watching this interview with a gangster. He was talking about that because he was in. Well, he's reformed now. Now he's like really anti-drug selling, anti-crime, and his motto is "choose a life, not a knife." He's like I said, he's from the UK, and they just have a huge knife problem there, you know.
Yeah,
and,
I saw that video.
Yeah, Darren G.
Surprised that you interviewed him because I've seen him in other videos and stuff. That's a pretty big interview, actually.
Oh, you mean Sean? Yeah. No, I'm actually talking about this dude Darren G, who actually Sean talked to. I want to talk to him though at some point. But yeah, and his brother's like basically just got entrapped by the British state, and he's been locked up ever since. But where was I going with that? Choose a life, not a knife. Police entrapment. Yeah, he's just saying that he doesn't want the support of the police, even if they offer it to him. You know, he's like, I don't fucking want that, and because they're literally a criminal organization, and they're one of the most powerful ones.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in like low income, all poor neighborhoods, and no, like old people, young people, nobody liked the police. Just the whole neighborhood. I don't think enough people understand that. If you grow up in the ghetto or government housing, or a house that's worth 0 to 10,000 or 15,000, you're growing up in the ghetto. The whole neighborhood does not like the police. Like, just the whole neighborhood doesn't. So that's how I grew up, and nobody liked the police. So I mean, I don't like them. That's just how I grew up. They're never nice.
Yeah.
They've never been nice to me.
Oh yeah, and like you said, there's certain demographics that just don't. They just don't fucking understand. White women don't understand it. I would say most of them.
Rich people don't.
Rich people, yeah, especially people who are born rich. It's different if you came into wealth, right? Or your new money.
Nice Lexus or BMW, and you're wearing a nice sweater and khakis, and you appear well off. Then not necessarily rich, but also depends how you look, how you present yourself, how you talk.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, and that's something I noticed when I was in college, because I got to the point where I was making money like for the first time in my life, and I could just, if I wanted to buy a sweatshirt off Amazon, I could do that without thinking about it, and I never had that before. So I noticed, like, dang man, I wear nicer clothes, people treat me better. Like, and I never realized that before because I just didn't really care that much about what I wore in terms of clothing.
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah, but that was a revelation for me because I started wearing like Ralph Lauren and all this, and like golf shorts, you know, which I still, you know, I like because the stuff's pretty comfy and I like it. But I never worn that on a consistent basis, and I just noticed that everybody treats you differently when you have nice clothing.
I could go out and wear suits and all that, and I'd have a better life, I guess. But that's not me. I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to live my life in suits and ties and stuff.
Yeah, that's not very comfortable for sure. But going back to Trump, man, in talking about the young people, because I think this is so important. And I'm just going back to this interview, man. I watched it this morning. I'll send it to you, dude. It blew my mind because I've never heard an ex-CIA guy, do an interview before. And he was saying that the next 90 to 120 days, in his opinion, are the most important days in the history of this country, he said. And I was like, wow, that is quite the statement. And these young people, man, like literally, you know, I would say 90% of the kids I went to school with, pretty much all the young folks that I'm related to, they're all going to vote in this moment for whoever the hell the Democratic candidate is, which I guess is going to be Biden. Really? Is it for sure Biden right now? I don't even know.
I think so. I think we're stuck with Biden, it seems like.
And they just don't understand, you know, through the media manipulation and just they don't even know what the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act is. And I'm not trying to condescend because I didn't know what it was until this year either. And just the manipulation and just mudslinging that has been going on for really the past 5 years against Trump, right? Is insane. Really, and we've never seen this before. And this is something that Eddie Bravo talks about. He's like, if they can do this to the president of the United States, the most powerful man in the world, they can do this to anyone and have it work.
Because like
and that's
I'm not,
scary.
I guess I'm probably like you. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but like I guess I think that we're both like previous Democrats or whatever, something like
Yeah.
that. And then like
Yeah,
we would maybe vote just
defected
for
Democrat.
whoever's the best. And yeah, Trump, like it's ridiculous what Trump is experiencing. Like Fox News like bashed Obama like really unfairly, but like that's nothing compared to like CNN on Obama, or I mean on Trump. It's pretty harsh.
It's no contest. CNN, MSNBC, Vox, Jezebel, you name it, dude. You freaking name it, except Fox and a few other, maybe one or two others.
But even some people on Fox bash him now. I don't know.
I
feel like they act like Trump is a racist, but like I play like the worst things that Trump has said. I have a whole video that's called Mega on my channel, and it's like all the worst things he said. It's in the video.
I can link it.
He's not saying like racist stuff. He's just being stupid, and he's just being who he is. People act like he's
from New York too, right? They New Yorkers, they got really a certain kind of humor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm a New Yorker, and he's a New Yorker. I'm a little surprised actually how New York doesn't have any love for Trump, and I'm not like a mega fan at all by any means, but it is kind of curious. Like New York's his hometown. He's got no love here.
Yeah, I think that's more of a big city thing. All the big cities are run by these Democratic, deviants, really. And again, that's not to say that I enjoy Republicans, because they're both shite, man, and they're both pedophiles, right? And a lot of them, especially the judges. And I do believe Trump is trying to clear the swamp and clean up not just the justice system per se, but the intelligence communities as well. And I think General Flynn is a patriot that they tried to take down, and it's just not going to work. They're going to have to exonerate him. And Trump he's a marketing and salesman genius, no doubt, and he's gotten way better at his tactics too, I think, over the past 4 years.
Do you think that Trump is going to win?
I don't know, man. It's in the balance right now, which is why it's fucking scary, dude. Like, I really didn't realize that until this morning when I was listening to that, because this dude sounded really concerned, and the dude interviewing him was English, so obviously he doesn't really.
My biggest worry is because of COVID. There's some type of internet or mail-in voting, and there's a time discrepancy, and nobody really trusts the whole process, and then we end up Venezuela style with 2 presidents, and it's like, and we're just in like no man's land. Like, what's really going on? Who's the real president? Who like does the FBI and then the Navy and the Army side with? It seems like we could really easily like end up there, and 100%. There's the worst rioting that we're going to see is going to be around the election time. Probably after whatever the results are.
Oh yeah, and who do you think it's going to be? It's going to be leftists or rightists?
Well,
that's no question.
If it's mega fans, there'll be like 6 of them in Michigan with guns. If it's Democrats, there'll be millions everywhere, and it'll be a revolution.
Who's going to get all the media coverage? Is it going to be those 6 crazy white dudes who never, come out and say hello to society unless it's to, show off their guns? Meanwhile, like you said, there's going to be thousands, tens of thousands, maybe millions of these Democrats. And if you look at the Black Matters or the BLM website, one of their goals, and it's part of their mission statement, it says and I'll link the website, and please I'll look over this video again, and I'll put all your links that you mentioned, Shrimp, in the description box, or I'll pin the comment. But I just lost my train of thought. What was I just saying?
About Black Lives Matter, what's on their website.
Yeah, so a part of it is to dismantle the nuclear family in the West.
Oh yeah, I always think that's so strange. I'm not really with that. I don't understand it. You're not supposed to be parents anymore. That's like super weird cult type thing. Yeah,
that's some fascist shit, dude. That's what Hitler said. He said, you want to take control of a nation, you remove the men from the home, and you make the women and children dependent on the state. And that's what's going on, man, with the divorce court.
Yeah, the prison system. Then you can't vote.
Prison system.
Then it's like the man's out of the family. Then the woman has
Yep.
to be on like WIC and food stamps and
Mhm.
all of the
EBT.
stuff. You're completely dependent. There's so many people dependent upon like this next stimulus check or like the next unemployment check. And
Yeah. And I would say that women, and obviously women who are dependent on the state are way more likely to vote Democratic than they are Republican.
Oh yeah, because they get.
I think women in general,
the Democrats
as well.
are like pro all the benefits usually, but the Republicans are too because they don't really take any of the benefits away. So, I mean, they might say that they do, but nothing really changes.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know, like these young people, man, they just like, and I mean, they're my friends and they're my family, a lot of them, and they just, it's you can't criticize BLM at all. And this dude Steele, he thinks that BLM's been hijacked by the Zionists as well, which
like
I mean, it just seems like it. It seems like they've definitely been hijacked by communists. I don't know if they've been hijacked by the Zionists as well, but
yeah, it's just like trying to convince like, I don't know, like a Lakers fan to be like a Celtics fan or something. Like
right.
It's like it's really weird. People are like really tribalistic about it. You can't look at these these political leaders like they're like gods, and like they can't make any wrong decision. Everything they're doing is 100% right. And like that's really not true.
Yeah, and another thing too is the problem is you got these beta males, these soy boys who just do whatever their girlfriend says, right? Their girlfriend's gonna vote for Biden just because Trump's a racist, or a rapist or whatever, which he might be. But look, they all are. Yeah, and like Trump is the least evil of them all by far, dude. He's not a pedophile as far as I can tell. And the pedophiles, they're mostly Democrats, and who's the stronger party? It's been the Democrats. They have the bigger party, and they're historically the more powerful party, especially recently, right? And that's not to minimize the neocons bringing us into the Middle East, but you mentioned Obama earlier, ShrimpZoo, and Trump is trying to get us. He's trying to bring the troops back home, and he hasn't started any wars. He hasn't increased the surveillance state, which Obama did.
Oh yeah, Obama did a massive
who approved the Smith Modernization Act? It was Barack Obama. Okay, and he's a traitor. He's a traitor to the Constitution and to the people of the United States. And he's a house N-word. I would say as well. I'm not gonna swear. Last time I swore, but
I mean, I won't. I'll probably disagree with you a little bit on Obama. Like, my main thing about Obama is why I'm so disappointed in him, and it might sound ridiculous, is he didn't do anything for black people. Like, that, I feel like that was the chance. We're sitting here complaining about Black Lives Matter and the police suck. But, like, to me, that was our chance. We had the black president, and dude, he did nothing for his own people. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's why I'm calling him a house.
To me, would be like a Martin Luther King if he, like, did something for black people and the police during his time. Like,
if he actually made a difference, he would have been killed off, like JFK or MLK.
Oh yeah, Obama just killed time. Nothing was done. We have Obamacare.
I mean, it got worse, the surveillance state. But what do you disagree with me on? Give me a second, actually, before I gotta get water. Okay, sorry about that. I need to fill up. Yeah, so you were saying that, you got some BK?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going through the drive-thrus, and people, dude, I get criticized for going through drive-thrus. People are like, oh, you're fear-mongering. Whatever. ShrimpZoo is going through drive-thrus, eating fast food at will. I'm still going to live. Dude, I love Burger King. I love it.
Dude, I love Culver's. I don't know if you know what Culver's is. It's this thing we got. It's native to the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw this map going on a tangent here a bit of the most visited fast food joints during the pandemic and for Wisconsin. And I think it was South Dakota, which I didn't even know there was a Culver's in the Dakotas. It is Culver's, which is better than In-N-Out, let me say, to all those Californians listening. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And In-N-Out is great. In-N-Out is great.
Yeah, now you have me thinking that sounds pretty good, man.
Yeah, but I like Burger King way better than McDonald's for sure, dude. I can't even eat McDonald's anymore.
Well, I'm not going out to eat anywhere, so that's like off limits probably for 2 or 3 years. Who knows?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, but Obama, man, what you said you might disagree with me on something?
My disagreements with you on Obama, I just feel like he was just like neutral. I was disappointed he didn't do anything for black people because he was the first black president, and his whole presidency was just like nothing.
Yeah,
Can't think of anything that happened really.
Yeah,
but
he was just a puppet for the Democrats because he was black, you know.
Well, yeah,
and I remember being so happy. Like I remember watching that on TV, right, in 2008, and I was a child then, and being super excited and it's for the wrong reasons, man. It's like you shouldn't be excited to vote for somebody because of because of their demographic. Like I remember
being do that anymore. That's to me that's ridiculous.
It's racist and sexist.
We're gonna have,
by definition.
We need to have a president of a different race and sex every single term. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's just a garbage philosophy, and I used to think this way too. It's just virtue signaling, dude.
Really,
it's like
what you need is just more black people need to run for president, and more women need to run for president. Then you can have them if you want. More Chinese people need to run. More Puerto Ricans.
Mm-hmm.
I just want the best person to win, not just like one side. Really.
Yeah. Trump, and he's been a wrecking ball, man. It's just ridiculous how manipulated I was, and because they're just over and over they're wrong. Like Hillary's gonna win, and it was such a shock to me. I'll just speak for myself, but I think it was a shock for a lot of people too. And that kind of was the genesis, even though I didn't realize it at the time, of me wanting to find the truth. And it's been quite a journey since then, since 2016, almost 4 years ago. And I remember I was on Bassett Street in Madison, Wisconsin, and I was chilling in the bushes by my crib, and you see people walking past with baseball bats and tennis rackets to protect themselves. These white kids, these rich white kids, it's just crazy time to be alive then, and even crazier now as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm I'm neutral, like on Obama and Trump. I guess I'm not really fans of either one of them. I think Trump is better than Biden, though. I think it's probably best if he wins, but at the same time, there's going to be really bad rioting and protest if he wins. I'm not really sure that I'm looking forward to that, the day after he wins.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to look forward to it, ShrimpZoo, but I mean, I think people don't realize how much Trump is really putting the team on his back and defending the Constitution. Dude, these Democrats and this cabal, they're traitors, dude. And
he's the first.
In the Constitution, it's a capital offense. Treason is punishable by execution. And I mean, they need to be, these pedophiles, these constitutional traitors, they need to be put down like dogs.
He's the first president we've had that appears to be like for the people, like you're saying, like, hey, he's going after like corrupt people within the government. That's never happened before. So he's like a hero to a lot of these common people in middle America. It's not, he's telling other politicians, he's swearing at them, telling them to go after themselves and like saying crazy stuff on Twitter. And he's like going after the FBI and.
Yeah. And I love that, man. I just, and that's something Eddie Bravo says too, is like, you can't, CIA ain't going to jail. And that's bullshit, dude. That is bullshit. And that's bullshit. Like the cops are above the law too. It's a load of horse shit, man.
Yeah.
And,
the cops are
I'm so sick of it.
Above the law.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous, dude. We live in a police state. And another thing that's bullshit too is politicians don't have to take drug tests, but I used to work at Walmart. I had to fucking take a drug test if I work at a warehouse in Walmart. But the president of the United States doesn't have to take a drug test, and no senators have to take. That's just, it's just, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
But we've been talking for about an hour, man. We should probably wrap up. But please send me those links, man, and I'll try to find them too if you forget and people want to put go check out ShrimpZoo's channel. I would highly recommend it. He's been putting out better and better content by the week, and I really enjoy it. It's not only informative but entertaining as well. And I do hope you share this on your channel as well, ShrimpZoo. I'll put your PayPal and Patreon in the description box below. Do you have any other services like that?
I just have Patreon. I don't
Patreon?
like
Okay.
But I mean, only if there's like really rich people out there that want to donate. If you're not like super rich, definitely don't donate to me. I don't want like some poor people or like people struggling in the pandemic donating.
For sure.
Definitely optional.
Yeah, ditto for me as well.
I mean, I'd rather people donate to your Patreon. I want to see your channel succeed.
Yeah, I appreciate that, bro. I really do. I definitely think I'm being shadowed. I think we both are being shadowed.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Have you noticed a change in your upload rate? Because it seems like even though my internet has improved, my upload speed is stayed the same.
Yeah, it can be really long uploading videos. Sometimes I will have to upload them. I used to upload videos and get like 50 to 80,000 views, and now it's like 1 or 2,000. I noticed my channel was growing rapidly, and then like I'm pretty sure I got shadow banned because people emailed me and said they're unsubscribed and like they don't get notified. So
yeah, well, go and anybody who's not already checking out ShrimpZoo's videos, go give him a shot, give him a chance, at least check them out, and then you go see if you want to subscribe. I would definitely recommend it. And you got Twitter, I know.
Yeah.
And you got kicked off Facebook, right?
I took it down because I couldn't post any videos. I just took everyone down. But I do have the ShrimpZoo.com, which I'm about to like post all my videos, and I can even post your videos on my website. So.
Oh, thanks, ShrimpZoo. What are you using as a host? What's your video host that you're gonna use?
Weebly.
Okay, cool.
And
is that up and running?
Yeah, it's up there, but it's just like I used to have an aquarium channel, so it's like I need to rearrange it. It's probably going to take another week. Then I'm going to have all my videos. I can put your videos if you're cool with that. And
yeah,
so
of course.
It'll just help get all these videos out more than just relying only on YouTube.
Definitely. Because
that's going to happen soon.
Yeah,
and I have some T-shirts because a lot of people ask for T-shirts, so I'm going to have some pretty crazy ShrimpZoo shirts.
I'll cop one of those, bro, as soon as they're ready, for sure. And
I'll send you one.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, man. And if you don't have a BitChute too, bro, or a brand new tube.
Yeah. I know I need to get on that for sure.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, man. And I'm already got, it's like called a Rhodium account, which is, I guess Rhodium, I looked it up. It's one of the rarest and most valuable metals in the world. There's only one type of isotope for that particular element. So I guess that's a good thing if you're a Rhodium account. I didn't even know that. One of my subscribers told me that. They're like, dude, you already got a Rhodium account on brand new tube. I was like, what does that mean? But I guess it's like one of the favorite accounts or something like that. So I'm sure you'll get that designation too once you start uploading on there. So and it's another thing too is it's just a good backup to have, you know, in case you get ovened by YouTube.
I'm super worried about getting banned. I'm really not sure why I haven't been banned, to be honest. I'm kind of expecting it, but
it's probably because you're not that big, like George is or Paul. I was surprised Paul hasn't gotten oven, but maybe it's like the 100K mark, like around there, that they start to really consider
Paul,
it.
if it was naturally, he probably would be at like maybe nearly 1 million subs by now. If it was a natural progression, you know.
But he would get 100K, no doubt.
He would be one of the biggest, but I'm almost for certain that they have stopped his channel from growing.
Oh yeah,
I was watching his channel grow fast when it was happening because that's when I started covering COVID, and I noticed it just stopped. So.
Yeah. He told me that he just kind of hit his plateau and his ceiling, and I don't know if he told you about the Harvard situation, but he's definitely got a total line because of that. But I'm actually chatting with him tomorrow, and I think he'll have it uploaded by Sunday. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, it makes your life tough when you report on COVID and you just can't talk about it, and people want to punish you because they don't want you to say something they disagree with. So
Yeah, or just say the truth.
yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone. This has been definitely the best chat that I've enjoyed with Mr. ShrimpZoo so far, and thanks for joining me on the table again, Mr. ShrimpZoo. I'd love to do it again sometime soon. This is a really important time for the Republic, and that's something I believe wholeheartly, and I think we're both fighting the good fight as far as I'm concerned. So people go give Mr. ShrimpZoo a look at least, and at the most give him a sub and a couple of likes as well. This has been another edition of the COVID Roundtable. Stay frosty, and until next time, folks.